The Philadelphia Eagles opened the 1986 season with a challenge of learning a new system from a new coach. With a heavy influx of fresh faces, the youth movement was launched into the teeth of the toughest schedule in the National Football League.
All right, that's it. All right.
Despite a 5-10-1 record against such formidable opposition, there were flashes of brilliance in the Eagles' play, promising individual performances complemented by encouraging team efforts. Optimism for the future is apparent in the front office, as echoed by team president Harry Gamble, and on the field, embodied by players such as Mike Quick.
I think we're coming of age as a football team, and each week we're getting to get better, and I think when it's time, when the chips are down, I think we'll be a team that everybody have to look at as a contender.
We've been able to put together a young, competitive group of players that as soon as they mature and develop some experience are really going to be a team that we can all be proud of.
It is said that you can never go back, but that's exactly what Buddy Ryan did when he returned to the site of his greatest triumphs, Chicago's Soldier Field, where his current team took on his former one, the defending world champion Bears. From the start, Buddy proved that he was molding a voracious defense, but this one sported Eagle green, not Chicago blue. Mike Quick really gave the Eagles reason to rejoice with his 26-yard touchdown in the fourth quarter. The Eagles and Bears battled down to the wire, yet once the game spilled into overtime, the turnovers which had plagued both teams proved to be the Eagles' demise. Rookie mistakes are a byproduct of a young team experiencing growing pains. Such breakdowns typified an Eagles season in which they would lose 7 games by a touchdown or less. 1986 had begun on an ominous note with 3 straight defeats, sending the coaches back to the drawing board and the players to a meeting of the minds.
The week after we lost that 3rd game, we all got together and basically the veterans talked to most of the young guys, and we all just kicked around our own ideas of why we were doing so poorly and the things that we needed to do to become a better ball club.
When the Eagles hosted the undefeated Rams in Week 4, they weren't just a better ball club, they were a dominant one. Philadelphia completely shut down the Rams' potent ground attack. The spirited play of the defense was contagious as the offense exploded for 34 points, its highest output of the season. Top draft pick Keith Byars produced a memorable first pro touchdown, but as a passer, not a runner.
The screen is out to Byars, who's going to throw a left-handed pass, looking for Quick, who has it at the 15, at the 10, 5, touchdown!
Mike Quick's touchdown iced the Eagles' first win of the season, and a week later, number 82's score was all the offense Philadelphia needed to manhandle Atlanta. Quick's spectacular diving catch was the Eagles' springboard to victory, but it was the defense which really made a splash. Buddy Ryan proudly watched his men dismantle a Falcon offense, which was ranked #1 in the league entering the game. Number 55, Mike Reichenbach, the quarterback of the defense, led the charge along with fellow linebacker Gary Cobb, number 50, who tallied 4 of Philadelphia's season-high 7 sacks. Cobb earned NFC Defensive Player of the Week honors, and the entire defensive unit deserved praise for notching the Eagles' first shutout in 5 years. The team had posted back-to-back wins, and defense was the catalyst. Buddy Ryan had won acclaim as a defensive innovator, but by installing a brand new system with the Eagles, his tactical and teaching prowess were put to the test. Ryan's challenge was amplified because he relied on novices such as Alonzo Johnson, one of 4 first-year Eagles selected to all-rookie teams. While Johnson was highly touted coming in, Seth Joyner was relatively unknown. Yet along with Reichenbach, the team leader in tackles, Joyner solidified the linebacking core. All-rookie Reggie Singletary, number 97, is another big man with a big future and should make an impact next season as an offensive lineman. Fellow newcomer Clyde Simmons, number 96, showed potential on the defensive line. Simmons can learn much from veterans Tom Struthers and Ken Clark, number 71. Clark recorded 8 sacks, while defensive end Greg Brown, number 98, produced 9 quarterback traps, good for second on the team. And Brown held the distinction of being the Eagles' lone offensive defensive player in 1986.
Waters comes up, fakes the blitz. Ferguson rolling to the far side. They've got him in the end zone for a safety. Greg Brown, the man coming in and capturing Joe Ferguson in the end zone.
The Eagles' accomplishments on defense were impressive considering they had lost their best player from the previous year, All-Pro safety Wes Hopkins. But Terry Hogue stepped right in, and while the team is hopeful Hopkins will return from his knee injury next season, Hogue, number 34, performed admirably in his absence. Ryan's attacking style of defense is designed to create turnovers, and the Eagles were successful in producing 36 takeaways. When Bernard Wilson wasn't scooping up one of the team's 13 fumble recoveries, Evan Cooper, number 21, was picking off one of their 23 interceptions. Cooper and Elbert Fowles, number 29, split time at the right cornerback position. Roynell Young, number 43, manned the left side. This was Young's most productive season, and his 6 interceptions tied for the team lead with Andre Waters, a fearsome force who came into his own in 1986.
I had a great year. He could have gone to the Pro Bowl. He played as well as any strong safety in football. His stats proved it.
Beyond his numbers, Waters played with a fury and intensity that inspired the entire defense. Number 20 tied for the team lead in tackles. He was everywhere, proving he could do everything. Andre Waters emerged as one of the premier strong safeties in the league. Yet not even his stellar play could mask the inconsistencies of this young team. This Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde personality was especially evident on defense, and the monstrous side surfaced in a Week 6 contest against the future world champions, the New York Giants.
The Giant game up there, that was the most disappointing thing that's ever happened to me, I think, in football. The fact that I was associated with a team that didn't fight back. And that's not going to happen again. You can get beat, but you can fight back.
In the rematch, the Eagles didn't just fight back. They proceeded to fight to the finish. At first, the game looked to be a repeat of the debacle at the Meadowlands as the Giants jumped to a 17-0 lead. But a different Eagle team was on the field this time around.
Cunningham back. Cunningham firing for Quick. Catches it at the run. 45-40, 35-30, 25-20, 15-10. 5 touchdown, Mike Quick.
The Eagles dropped a heartbreaking 17-14 decision, but this was a defeat with dignity and proved that the Philadelphia Eagles were coming of age.
How we worked over it this week, right? Let's get the block. Kickoff return left. Left, all right? Yeah. All right. Hey!
The play of the Eagles' special teams was like a roller coaster ride, always exciting, yet not without its peaks and valleys. The potential of the squad was never more evident than in a Week 15 contest at Dallas, when the unit turned in its best overall performance of the season. Charles Crawford, number 45, showed why he was one of the Eagles' leading return specialists. Jody Schultz, number 95, blocked this cowboy punt, one of 8 blocked kicks recorded by the team this season. All-rookie John Telchik ranked among the conference leaders in punting average. And his placement was right on the money thanks to the hustle of special teamers like Dwayne Giles and William Frizzell, number 33. Paul McFadden bounced back from an early season slump, hitting 3 field goals against Dallas, including a season-long 50-yarder. But the real heroes of the 23-21 upset victory were backup quarterback Matt Cavanaugh and his favorite target, Kenny Jackson.
Cavanaugh to throw. Cavanaugh under a rush. Cavanaugh throwing deep for Kenny Jackson, who leaps and comes down with the football for a touchdown. A great play by Kenny Jackson in the far corner of the end zone. A great play by Kenny Jackson.
This was a season of great plays by Jackson, who produced a career-best 6 touchdowns. Rounding out the Eagles' fine crop of wide receivers were Ron Johnson and Greg Garrity, number 86. The tight end position was capably manned by Byron Darby, Dave Little, and John Spagnola, number 88. Spagnola was the team's 3rd leading receiver, while rookie running back Junior Toddle-Latossi ranked 2nd. Charles Crawford and Michael Haddix added depth to a backfield which showcased 2 players whom Ryan believes are the keys to the team's offensive success.
If the Philadelphia Eagles are going to, get to the playoffs, Anthony Toney and Keith Byers have got to be great contributors to our team.
Byers' foot injury kept him sidelined for most of training camp, but he rallied to play in every game and showed the ability to turn dead ends into open spaces. Byers is a youngster with enormous potential. He only scratched the surface of his abilities and still managed to rush for more yards than any other rookie in Eagles history. Despite starting only 5 games, Anthony Toney, number 25, was the team's 3rd leading rusher. Byers and Toney complement each other perfectly and should provide Ryan with the ball control offense he covets. Integral to their success is the run blocking provided by all-rookie center Matt Darwin and fellow line mates Jerry Feary, Bob Lancey, Joe Conwell, Leonard Mitchell, Ken Reeves, Ron Baker, and Nick Hayden. Better protection up front is needed, though, and will certainly benefit the passing game. For the past decade, Ron Jaworski guided the Eagles' offense and established every meaningful club passing record. In 1986, he passed the torch to Randall Cunningham, who started the latter part of the season after Jaws was lost with an injury. It was a rocky start for Randall, but he kept his composure due to the spot duty he had seen as a third down specialist early in the season.
I think it was one of the best things that happened for him last year, to be able to come in on third down situations and have to keep his mind focused in on the game. So when he did have to come in and play the entire game, he was ready. He was relaxed and he was ready to play. Still, he moved around the pocket sometimes sooner than he needed to, but that's just his nature.
By doing what comes naturally, Cunningham became the Mr. Fix-It of the broken play. He rushed for more yards than any quarterback in the NFL, averaging a whopping 8 yards per carry. Once he developed patience and learned to sit in the pass pocket, Cunningham's lightning legs couldn't steal the thunder from his magnificent arm. By land and by air, Cunningham produced 13 touchdowns and began to blossom into the complete quarterback.
And he can make up for technical things or knowledge with just extraordinary athletic talent. He's going to be one of the best. In the next couple of years, they'll be talking about him in the same light as they talk about the Elway or the Marinos.
Randall Cunningham, now firmly entrenched as the Eagles' starting signal caller. The mark of a good team is its ability to create a winning tempo. In 1986, though, two Eagles distinguished themselves with outstanding individual performances. Mike Quick and Reggie White seemed to march to a different drummer.
He is a player that has to dominate the game, and that's the kind of impact players that you have to have, you're going to win with. He's the best defensive lineman I've been around with. The ability the good Lord gave him is unbelievable.
White's abilities enabled him to float along the line, wreaking havoc from wherever he took his stance.
In the 46, he would put me on the nose. So, that leaves me one-on-one with the center. That's usually an advantage for me because I can use my quickness and strength to beat the center. And then when we play the 43, put me back out at the end. At times, I guess it could confuse the offense, wondering where I might be, and that's something I think we use well.
White possesses uncanny speed for a man his size. Whether chasing down his target or flinging him around like a rag doll, number 92 established a team record with 18 sacks, third best in the NFL. In his first full year as a starter, Reggie White was named Pro Bowl MVP. Mike Quick, however, was surprised he even earned his fourth ticket to Hawaii.
I think that's the highest compliment that a player can be paid. I didn't have the greatest season, but I still got selected in the Pro Bowl. And that just lets me know that the guys around the league respect what I'm doing, and they realize that each week they gotta do something a little different in their scheme of defense to make sure they keep the ball out of my hands as much as possible.
Just when it appears the ball won't reach Quick's hands, number 82 really works his magic. Quick tallied 60 catches for nearly 1,000 yards and hauled in 9 touchdowns. Yet his numbers belie the fact that Mike Quick points the Eagles to victory. For like all great players, he saves his best for when it counts the most. Philadelphia was riding a 4-game losing streak when they traveled to meet the Los Angeles Raiders, winners of 8 of their last 9 games. This was a test of character for Buddy Ryan's young team, a sign of their maturity. For the Eagles weren't favorites, but they were certainly fighters.
Cunningham back, Cunningham loading up, going deep down the right side of the field, and it is caught by Quick down at the 10, 5, Quick into the end zone, touchdown! Guy gets it away. It is high, medium range. Garrity comes up, takes it at the 25. Garrity to the 30. Garrity to the 35. Breaks a tackle at the 40. Garrity 45 midfield, 45-40. Greg Garrity breaking a punt return for a touchdown. Greg Garrity for a touchdown.
This was a game of big plays, and both sides made plenty of them. The lead seesawed back and forth, yet as the game wore on, the Eagles' determination never wore out.
Come on! Make them play, baby!
Cunningham rolling on the run, firing for the end zone. Touchdown to Quick! A quarterback who finds Quick is like a prospector discovering gold. They don't come any better, and Randall has found Mike 3 times for touchdowns as the Birds jump back on top.
A shaky 3-point lead faded into overtime.
Eagles need a miracle right here. The handoff goes inside. The ball is fumbled. It's picked up by the Eagles. Running with the football down the far side of the field. Eagles have the football. Andre Waters comes up with the football. That is unbelievable.
By believing in themselves and commanding their fate, the Eagles extracted victory from almost certain defeat, a sign that they were truly coming of age.
Cunningham sneaking himself. And it is a touchdown for Randall Cunningham. And just like that, a game that appeared to be out of the Eagles' grasp will come close to rivaling Miracle of the Meadowlands. Under the most dramatic of circumstances, they find a way to win, and they beat the Los Angeles Raiders 33-27.
The thing that's exciting to me is that I know, too, that from your rookie season to your sophomore season is when you make the biggest strides as a pro player. And so I'm excited about these young guys. If they get better instead of just older, then we're going to be a team to be reckoned with.